Welcome back, everyone, to our next episode of Europa Universalis 4 as we continue the story that began all the way back in 1066 on Crusader Kings 3. If you have not seen the previous episodes either of that series or of this series in EU4, which is a continuation of that one, the links are in the description. It is March of 1481. We're getting very close to the time when we'll be able to do some exploration, which is what I'm really excited about. I'm really kind of building up my infrastructure and kind of hanging on, not focusing too heavily on expansion on the mainland in Europe, because I want to really focus heavily on settling the New World. So we're just kind of getting by till then. We'll see what happens. All right, so we've got a decent amount of money now, and we're making about 8 per month. I really need to up what I'm able to do in terms of diplomatic power, because our diplomatic power is just so poor right now. My heir is going to be much better than my current emperor, but he's only 25 years old, so I think we're going to be stuck with him for a while, unfortunately. So let's see what we can do with an advisor. This one's 177, costs 12 monthly, which means we would start losing money, so I'm not entirely sure we want to go that far, but boy, that +3 would be so huge. I'd really like to have that a lot, so I think we're going to go ahead and do it. That gets us up to 7. That's going to build up that power a lot faster. Alright, I'm going to go deal with the rebels who have taken Tripoli. I'm sending my 15,000 man army that I have stationed in Italy to deal with that. We want to try to deal with some of these rebel states so I can seize some crown lands. We're really low on crown lands, but you can't seize crown lands until you deal with all of your rebels. You can't have any rebel-controlled provinces, so I've got to deal with that. Then we'll seize some lands, then we'll call a diet so we can build up the loyalty a little bit among the estates. Oh, this is nice. Andrew Cromwell is a very proficient merchant, renowned for his attempts to improve trade customs and stabilize the economy of our nation. 50 prestige is huge, because we're still at a negative prestige amount right now. What I need more than anything is some prestige. A call to arms. The nation of Upper Lorraine, your faithful allies, requesting that you come to their aid in the Upper Lorrainian conquest of Mulhausen against Swabia. I guess I have no choice. That doesn't mean I have to do too much, I guess. We'll probably have to get involved at some point, though. Oh, that's right. We have territory there, so somebody has already occupied our territory. So now we're going to have to send the army. Where is the army of Ireland? It's over here. I don't even think we can get there, can we? Oh, we can. Perfect. Send the army. Guess we got to slow things down a little bit here. Siege of Tripoli is over, so there's some good news. I think for now we'll keep the army there in Africa, and then we'll just deposit the navy. Alright, so now we can get involved with our big army here. And let's help out with this siege, although we might be better off to try and fight one of the other battles. Who exactly are we fighting against? Well, it doesn't much matter, because we can take them on no matter what. We've got the manpower. Yeah, he's running. You better run. Oh, you know what, though? Before I forget, it'll be really important. All the army maintenance is maxed out, so we're good there. I'm going to drop fleet maintenance, though. Not too worried about that right now, because we're not using the navy. Oh, this could get ugly. We may not want to do this because that's a bigger army than I think we really want to face. This may come back to haunt us. It's going to be super close. Complaints about the bailiff. Execute the bailiff. We'll lose 10 legitimacy. This war's going to come down, or this battle's going to come down to the last second, regardless. But we've got a ton of manpower. Did we win? We won. Oh, just barely. Just barely. We lost 8,000 infantry and 3,000 cavalry in that one. He had a bunch of artillery, which is what made a bit of the difference. We got to recruit some artillery. Can we do that here? I don't think we can. Okay. Alright, I've queued up 3 regiments of artillery here in Brittany. And then we'll be able to send those right over as soon as they're done and merge them with this army. because I think it's going to be important to get some artillery in there. I think this is a friendly army that's passing through, so we don't need to worry about that too much. Alright, we've got ourselves into a battle here against a pretty small enemy opponent, so I don't expect that to do too much for the war. I think we might just try to see if we can conclude a separate peace. I don't really like this particular war and where it's going, but it doesn't look like we're in a position to be able to do a white peace at the moment, so I think we just have to keep this going for now. Alright, there's a big battle going on over here. We're going to go get involved, so even if it's over before we get there, if our side loses, we can defeat the army that remains in place, though he may be gone by the time I get there. That's the one problem with all these different factions everywhere. It's just so hard to track down the armies. So we're going to be doing a lot of chasing, unfortunately. Interesting. One of the greatest and richest men in Britannia, Arnold Burgoyne, has died without an heir. A well-respected trader who built his fortune from the draperies trade. He was a well-known patron of religion and the arts. Now in death, he has bequeathed all his wealth to the state. So we could take the 186 and ducats, which we could probably use, but we could also gain a skill 3 artist, which gives a stability cost modifier of Rhenish heritage, but the advisor is 50% cheaper for your country to employ and gain 15 prestige. Let's do that. Let's take a look. Although it's certainly going to get expensive to be doing this, but this is the guy here. Oh, nice. It's only 6 monthly. Let's do it. Awesome. So now that gets us up to 11. But again, cost is certainly a factor. Losing 22 every turn is a big problem. We got to get out of this war. That's just really all there is to this. In the meantime, let's raise some more taxes. And we may have to take a loan in the meantime, just to be safe. Okay, we could actually... we're not going to be able to gain any territory, but we could get them to pay us some money and make a peace. Excellent. So we're out of this war, thankfully. Let's send our troops back over here to Brittany, and then let's start lowering the army maintenance. Although, until we root out corruption, we're going to have a negative balance, unfortunately. Let's repay the loan. Alright, diplomatic insult. A careless turn of phrase by Emperor Edward I, hate that guy, my emperor, has greatly offended the Croatian crowd. Mollifying him will not be easy without losing face, so we can ease the tension, and that's going to improve how a lot of people see me, so let's do that. We could certainly use that diplomacy for a change. Alright, I want to take a look. Are we able to seize those crown lands yet? We can, excellent. So all the states are going to lose 20 loyalty, but we'll get 5% of our crown lands back. And all of them are going to drop below 30 loyalty, so we're going to have to deal with rebels, unfortunately. Boy, maybe it's not worth it. Let's do this for now. Alright, what are the proposals? Retake Arda, that means war. Increase production efficiency in Oxford. Have a workshop or a counting house. That's probably going to be the easiest thing to do. So let's head on up here to Oxford's over here. So what do we need? We need a workshop. And hopefully that'll complete that mission. Alright, so that was an easy one to complete. We gained 10 loyalty. 1 base production in Oxford. How quickly can we summon them again? Not till 1489, so we got 4 years until we can do it again. But at least we bumped that loyalty up. We just got to get the clergy and the nobility up now. New technology. We're going to get level 7, Renaissance Thought. I believe this is the point at which we can unlock a new idea group. It is. All right, so this is big because we're in 1486. I don't know how soon it will be. It's level 10 before we get another idea group. So I don't think we need trade or exploration ideas quite yet. The quest for the new world. Well, you know what? Maybe. Let's do it. That's kind of what I'm after anyway. So quest for the new world will cost us 401, and we actually have enough to do that too. Awesome. So this allows the recruitment of explorers and conquistadors. I don't know if we have the range yet to be able to do this. But let's take a look. All right, so here on the military screen, we can do conquistadors. We can do explorers, which is primarily what we want right now. I don't know if they'll have the range, though. All right, looks like our explorer is going to be Andrew Norfolk. But what we're going to need are ships that have that kind of range. And I don't know what kind of range we have on ships right now. All right, let's see if we can do this. So we've got our explorer with 4 ships, early Carracks, which are the biggest ones we've got. We're going to send him to Terra Incognita. Comet sighted. Must be that time. Now we're going to lose 1 stability no matter what we do. So let's go back and see if we can quickly build that stability back up. I'm still trying to remember where things are. Alright, we don't have enough. We need 206 to be able to build that back up. Alright, time to start exploring though. Awesome. Let's keep going. I don't know how far we'll be able to go. Love it. Love doing the exploration thing. Okay, Andrew Norfolk has completed his mission to explore the North Sea. The charted area has been added to our maps. Alright, they're waiting orders in Desmond. Where's Desmond? Oh, out here in Ireland. Excellent. Okay. Let's do it again. Go further this time. Oh, we do not have the ability to go that far. We can go down here, though. A devout young preacher has spoken out recently about how great our adherence to the teachings of the Holy Father in Rome is. This can only be good for our future. Give me the 5 prestige, please. Meddlesome advisor. That's alright. Not a big deal. Alright, he's completed his mission in the West African Sea. So now he's out here in Brittany. I don't know if we have the range to go any further or not. I guess at least for now we can keep going down in Africa. No, I guess we don't have that ability. Looks like we're kind of stuck for now until we get some more colonization range. I think that's the issue that we have right now. Yeah, our range doesn't permit that yet. Circumnavigate the globe. We need diplomatic technology 9 to do that. Okay, we've got enough to invest in a new exploration idea. Colonial Ventures, that gives us a colonist. That doesn't really help us, but overseas exploration is huge. That gives us 50% bonus on colonial range. So we've got to do this one, I think, to get to this one. So let's go ahead and do that. We don't quite have enough for this one. We need 400, but that shouldn't take a real long time to get. In the meantime, though, we've got a problem. Some separatists. Where were they? I don't see it now. Interesting. Got a new Holy Roman Emperor. Tassilo IV of Greater Bavaria is the new emperor. Interesting. With the backing of the members of the Holy Roman Empire, the emperor has decided to go through with the reform. Call for the Reichsreform. This reform has the following effect. Local construction costs. Interesting. Okay, cool. Not a problem. It's 1489, which means we're going to be able to summon the estates here at the end of the year. So we'll be able to get another mission to hopefully build up the estates. We can invest in a new idea. That's an economic idea. That is not what I want. I want overseas exploration. We have 77 available. I guess those spend different things. So we could do both in reality. In the meantime, though, I want to boost stability back up to 3. So that's important. National Epic, okay. Yearly prestige +1 or lose 5 prestige. How long do we get it for? Till 1509, 20 years. That's worth it. We'll take that. Katherine of Aragon. So, interesting. First female ambassador in European history. Katherine of Aragon served the Spanish court in England and proved the English wrong when they believed her to be easily manipulated. She was a tough cookie. She really was. She didn't initially marry Henry VIII historically. She actually married Henry's older brother, Arthur, who was the Prince of Wales. Arthur was the eldest son of Henry VII and his wife Elizabeth of York. But Arthur died shortly after he married Catherine. And so to keep that Spanish alliance, Henry VIII marries her right after he becomes king, I think it is, when he's like a late teenager. But yeah, she did. She when Henry was out of the country, she was ruling as regent, and she actually fought that battle of Flodden against the Scots. Offer her an advisor's role. I think we already have someone in that role, don't we, as a diplomat? Yeah, we would have to replace Andrew Cromwell, though that might be worth it because it'd be cheaper. Let's do it. She's got a white hair, which is interesting because she was like pretty young, probably a child at this point still. I think she was born in the 1480s. Yeah, that's a big difference in cost, though. So totally worth it. Where does that put us financially? Plus 25. We'll keep army maintenance where it is. Actually, we're not having to root out any corruption right now, so that's pretty good. Let's take a look at where things stand in the ledger for a little bit here. Britannia, we have by far the greatest income. We also are right there at the top at prestige, which 3 is the highest you can have. Development level 951 overall. 612 is next after us, and of course our kind of, I don't know if you'd call it a client state or just kind of a joint rule that we have with the actually not Thessalonica. That's with the Byzantines down here. Technology, we're a little behind. Ideas, same, a little behind. So we need to work on some of that. And power projection, same thing. So we've got some areas that we definitely need to work on. Admin rating 11, diplomacy rating 5. We're not real high there. Military rating also not very high. So we're 3rd in overall score right now. So we've got some things to work on. Obviously, the Ming Dynasty, the Chinese are way ahead of us here. And then there's a sultanate in Asia right here in northern India that's pretty high. Or is that Pakistan? I guess that's that'd probably be the area of Pakistan, wouldn't it? Hard to tell on this map. Okay, let's go ahead and summon the diet. All estates will gain 5 loyalty, and now we look at the missions and see which one. We got to get the Papal States opinion up to 100 of us. That's fairly easy. And we could use getting the clergy up a little higher. Conquering Aleppo would be a little harder. That's in the Middle East. Tyrone, the base production at least 6. That wouldn't be too bad. But they've already got the highest loyalty among all of them. Although they have the most influence. So let's do that. Okay, so we just got to build up our base production value in Tyrone, which is in Northern Ireland. We got to get it to 6. There we go. And just like that, completed it. And we gained a bunch of money in the process. Peasants getting uppity. Our efforts to keep the peasants in their place have been somewhat too successful in recent times. So harsh is our rule, in fact, that the destitute are becoming increasingly vocal in their complaints and are turning against their landlords. Enforced serfdom. We're going to lose 35 administrative power, but we gain 10 loyalty among the nobility. So that's worth it. We can spend that power right now. That gets us 53% with the nobility, 56% here, 45 here. So we're almost at the place where we could seize land and not have it hurt us. We got to get the clergy up a little higher so that they don't rebel. We got a lot of military points available right now, so I'm going to spend down a little bit of those. Improving the base manpower gives us garrison growth, local trade power bonus, sailor increase, land force limit, naval force limit, and a bonus to crown land. So these are all very positive things. I'm going to primarily do that in some of the larger areas where we've got the most benefit to be had from it. I think that'll do for now, because we do want to get the technology here pretty soon. Pike and shot. We need 880 for that. Alright, let's look at some buildings. We're going to build a church in London. That's a 40% local tax modifier bonus. That'll increase the monthly income from that province by 0.16. I guess that's not a lot. Maybe that's not the way to go. Ramparts. Not entirely sure I need that either. In fact, I think I'm just going to hang on to the money for now. Okay, we can embrace an institution. So what do we have available here? It looks like we can embrace Renaissance. Construction cost, development cost, current technology cost penalty is 40. The penalty for not having Renaissance is now 40%, but it will grow up to 50%. So let's embrace it. That'll change our technology costs by 40%. That's huge. We can now invest in new military technology. We can build regimental camps. We can invest in administrative technology. However, what is the one that's going to allow us? We need that diplomatic technology, or there's diplomatic points there, so we're good. So administrative. Let's do this. Huge. Now we can build a courthouse. Let's take a look at that. Oh, we have a national decision available too. Pass the Act of Uniformity. What does that do? Missionary strength, institution embracement cost. Yeah, I don't really care to do that right now. Not too worried about using missionaries. I might be later when we get to the place where we're dealing with natives and such, but right now I'm not too worried about that. I do want to look at what it means to build a courthouse, though. We don't have any available slots there, but if we built one somewhere else, what would that mean? Oh, we don't have the money to do it? Oh, what did we spend all our money on? Did I have to... Oh, I had to spend all that to embrace Renaissance. Oh, brutal. Okay. New Pope. The Papal Conclave has elected Petrus II. We have a Peter II. Very cool. So let's take a look at where things are now. We're in 1st September of 1494. How close are we to being able to get that next idea? Looks like March 1495. Let's at least get there and see what that does for our colonial range in our exploration. So Protestant is enabled. We have the Protestant Reformation starting. Looks like it's starting a little early, I guess, compared to what it did historically. And what that means is that in I guess 120 months, 10 years, the Age of Discovery will end, and we will be on to the Age of Reformation. In the meantime, we're still waiting to where we can get that new idea. Looks like we'll have it in March. Oh, Emperor Andrew Norfolk will no longer serve us. Oh, just when I was about to use him again. Alright, so I don't know if we are going to be able to recruit another one right away. Let's take a look. Where is that? I forget where they are. Here we go. Yeah, we need 50 again. Oh, that was brutal timing. Absolutely brutal timing. Okay, we can recruit a new explorer now. Hudson's going to be his name. That's cool. And let's see what we can do here. We should be able to get further out there now. We're going to explore the Caribbean Sea. Very cool. Let's do this. That should spot us some land for the first time. In theory. Perhaps right here when we go there. And then we're going to need a conquistador. Oh, we're close. There it is. We've spotted land for the first time. Terra Incognita. Gonna need a conquistador so we can land. But that will be for another episode. We're going to wrap it up right there. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. And in the next episode, we will come back and start exploring new worlds, possibly creating our first colonies. Thanks for watching.